Okay, so this is the square we started last week. Moss stitch. So diagonally, when you have a knit stitch, you purl, and when you've got a purl, you knit, and that gives you that alternative stitch and the diagonal. And to cast off, you knit 2 stitches and you pass the last stitch over the first one. Okay, so that was for the moss stitch, week 5. Week 6, we are going to do crochet, because I thought it was only fair to start with the crochet. I mean, it's been 6 weeks, and we add up the 6 square to our blanket. Right, so let's put away the needle for a while. I'm going to use the same yarn because it's practical for you to see what I'm doing, and I'm going to use the crochet I would advise to every beginner to use. I would say a 4.5, a 5. I'm going to check what's on my crochet here. It's a 5. Maybe I would use a 4.5. I'll double my yarn, and I believe it's still a bit thin, but it'll do for what we've got to do. First of all, I would like you to put your crochet aside. We're not going to use the crochet. We're going to use, like my grandmother taught me, we're going to use our fingers. So the first technique to use to learn when you crochet is to make a loop. So we are looping. So your work yarn is going down like this, going up, making a cross, and you go underneath and you grab the yarn and you hold the loop. Right, and you pull gently. Right, when I first learned to do crochet, I've got to remember that I use my fingers. My grandmother taught us to use our fingers. And what you can do, if we've got little I'm going to say crocheters with us, young crocheters, you can make a bracelet. So this is how I learned to do crochet. Simple, basic chain. So a yarn over, and I pass the first loop over the next one. Yeah. Yarn over. We're going to do 10. So that's 2, and try to make them the same length. So that's hard for me to, it's not fair on you for me to ask this, but be aware, be mindful of the size of the loop. Yeah, at least the same size. Yarn over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, haven't done that for a while, and 10. Right, when you start to learn, it's hard to recognize on your work how many stitches you do. So you never count what's on your crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So by doing this, you understand the loop system. And I would say for the young knitters, carry on. Yeah. Because if I take my tape measure, we shouldn't be far from 10 centimeters. Anyway, no, that's it. Just 10. We're there. Okay, so that's something we can do with children age 6, 7. Just make bracelet. I just thought about beads, and I don't know, because that makes the issue a bit more complex. Yeah, okay. So that's what I was doing with my grandmother. Nothing prevents you to do a lens and put this around your square, or even in the middle of your square. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna now use the crochet. The crochet might give you some regularity. And what do we have? We have V's. Do you see the V's? Okay. So practice makes perfect. So you're working trade, you're working thread, you're working yarn. Wrap it up, cross. You take your crochet, so I'm just going to repeat. Working yarn, you go over, cross, you go your crochet, and this is it. Yeah, I'll do it one more time. And I use my hook. Perfect. Right. So you might be, I can hear you saying, but how do I hold my crochet? I use it like a pen. I hold it like a pen. So I go and get the yarn and I pass it in the loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, I'm not sure I've got 10 centimeter here. No, I've got 6.5. So let's carry on. 7, 12, sorry, 13, 14, 15. So 15 stitches is 10 centimeters or 4 inches. 15 stitches. Right, so that's your chain. Now what do? We need to make a square. Right, so you hold your work between your thumb and your index. Now this is the way I do it. If you find a more comfortable way to do it, please do it. We are not counting the loop on the crochet for 1. And I'm going to ignore, so I'm going to add 1. I'm going to chain 1. So 16. Okay. And we are going to do the single crochet now. And I'm going to work not on the yarn on the crochet, not the second one, but I'm going to work on the third one, and I'm going to pick in my work. Feed the crochet because he's hungry. Bring this back in the work. So creating a new loop, and I'm going to work it. Right. I pick in the work. I feed the crochet, and therefore I create a new loop. I feed the crochet again. Pick in the work. Okay. Pick in the work, bring the yarn back, and go through them both. Pick in the work, bring the yarn back, and finish the stitch. Pick in the work, bring the yarn back, finish the stitch. Pick in the work, bring the yarn back, finish the stitch. Pick in the work, bring the yarn back, finish the stitch. And we reach our 16. Right, to make sure that you've got a straight angle, you chain 1 and you turn your work. Right, if you look at your work, the next stitch you're gonna pick on, the area you're gonna pick your work in, it's just here. So pick in your work, and you take the 2 V's at the same time, the 2 legs of the V's. Bring the yarn back, finish the stitch. Pick in the work, bring the yarn back, finish the stitch. Pick in your work, bring your yarn back, finish the stitch. And that's all we're going to do for this square. Our first crochet square, single crochet, that's what we're doing. Again, if you're in a season, I don't like that word, crocheteer, crocheters, go ahead. Go ahead and do what you like. Do, you know, the idea it's to end up with a blanket at the end of the 52 weeks. So, you know, I want to say knock yourself out. Yeah. And once you finish all your stitches, chain. Yeah, you turn your work. So instead of having your work being on your right, you're going to have your work. So look how, so you can't go forward like this. So you turn your work to the left. There we go. You pull your loop and you turn your work. Right, that's how I like it. Right. And now you can see it. You've got enough experience now to see where you're going to pick in your work next. Here. Yeah. So let's go. Pick in your work. Bring the yarn back. Finish the stitch. I mean, I don't want to overload you with things to learn because then you've got no time to practice, and I really want to hear about people who, oh, I didn't know I could do it. I've done it and it's working and I'm enjoying it and I can't wait for next week. And so please, you know, let me know in the comment if you want to join us on the private group on Facebook, the Facebook private group, and I shall invite you there. Let yourself known. Oh, I went too fast there. So you sew me chain, an extra chain, and you turn your work. You turn your work. You may want to turn your crochet as well. Right, and you see what happens. What I would like to do, it's the next square. If you want to go ahead and have a head start, it's, we won't take, actually no, I'm not telling you. I'm going to let you make a square like this. And that's going to be our 6th square, 6 weeks out of our 52 week of offer hug knit a square per week, to allow people to boost their mental health, to meet like-minded people, like-minded folks. We meet once a month, and it's all precise, it's all explained on the private group. And we gather square for homeless to make blankets, and we gather blankets. So you can offer to make a square, you can offer blankets, or you can offer part of blankets. But the plan is to learn a skill every day, to meet with people, to make new friends, and yeah, to have to join a cause. a cause. Right, so that's been 21 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next week for the 7th, goodness me, 7 square, which is going to be a crochet as well. I'm going to try to catch up with our crocheteers or crocheters, or yes. So have a lovely week. Thank you very much. Bye.